Alexa, turn on the recording lights.
Okay.
Hey yo, what is up guys, Akash here back with another video, and today we will be looking about how can we do this what I just did. So the little secret behind this is this. Yes, it is this. Did you think so that it would be so easy? The secret is not the Wipro smart bulb, it's a couple of modules that we have today. Probably you read the description, and yes, we'll be using the favorite ESP8266 module with a relay board, and we will try to control lights and other electronic appliances using our Alexa. We would be learning of the code that will go into the ESP8266 that will enable it to control relay over Alexa. A word of caution, just mute all your Alexa devices, as I would be saying this word a lot of time in the video. So if you're interested, let's get started. I recently came across wellpcb.com. They are one of the most experienced PCB manufacturers from China. They offer 5 PCBs for $5 only and have several shipping partners. Apart from getting PCB manufactured, you can also avail their PCB assembly services. Currently, they have a special offer going on where they offer PCBs for $1 only for the first order. So head over to their website quickly to grab your good quality PCBs. All the links will be in the description below. So basically, the heart of the project, which is our Wi-Fi enabled microcontroller, is the ESP8266 for us today. You can use the ESP32 as well if that is handy for you and you have that lying around, or maybe you need to control more number of devices, or you need a powerful microcontroller to enable other capabilities as well. In that case, you can use the ESP32. Otherwise, you can go with the cheap ass ESP8266, which we will be using today. And to control the electronic devices like bulbs, any other appliances that you would like to control with this project of ours, you need a relay board. Here I am using a 2-channel relay board, but you can use a single channel relay board using which you will be able to control one device. Otherwise, if you want to control up to 8 devices using the ESP8266, you can use a 8-channel relay board as on the screen right now as well. So that is pretty much all the hardware that you would be requiring for this project. You might need an additional power supply depending on the voltage of the relay board that you are using. First, let's jump into the circuit diagram of the modules, and then we can look at the code. Both the modules have a lot of pins. The ESP8266 has many. We won't be using all the pins for the ESP8266, but we would be using all the pins for all the relay board. I would be using a single channel one right now for the diagram purposes. And if we see the pins that we have, that is ground, then we have input, and then we have a voltage pin which says 5 volt or 12 volts right here, but this is a 12 volt relay, so I will be using that. And then there are 3 terminals that we have over here on which we will connect our AC device. So these 3 terminals are basically 3 pins that we need to see. One is a common pin, one is a no connection pin, one is a normally open pin. So it's labeled in some relay boards and it is not labeled in some other relay boards. You will have to figure out using a multimeter which pin is which. So you can set your multimeter to the continuity settings so that when you touch the pins, you hear a beep. Using this, you can check. Generally, the common lies in the center, and yes. So the 2 terminals, when you touch, when the relay is off, this one is the common one and the other one is normally closed one. So in our case, we need to use the normally open and the common pin. We will not be using the NC option, but it depends on your particular application if you find the use case for NC or not. Moving on to the other pins, there are 3 other pins which I'll quickly write down over here. First one is the ground, then we have the input pin, and then we have the VCC pin. In a multi-channel relay, you will have the one extra pin per channel, so you'll have a VCC and ground as we always have. Then we have input 1, input 2, and so on for the number of inputs. So that is pretty much similar. For the ESP8266, the pins that we would be using is the ground pin and the GPIO pin. For our case, we will be using GPIO number 14, which is also D5 in the ESP8266. So moving these modules aside to look at the simple connections that we have over here. Firstly, the ground will be connected to the ground, the GPIO 14 pin will go to input, and we will be connecting the VCC to plus 5 volts power supply. You might use another power supply, maybe the one going into the ESP8266, but you need to supply this a 5 volt or 12 volt power supply. Then you need to ground this connection to the negative terminal of the same power supply as well. So the connection on this part is complete. On the AC side, wherein we need to have our device, if we look at the socket that we have, the electrical socket, which looks something like this, we are interested in these two wires, and we probably have an appliance, say this one. Now we need to connect this in such a manner wherein we can use common over here. This goes to one terminal of the light and the NO goes to the second terminal. So what will happen is, in the relay currently the common is connected to NC like this, and when some input is applied, this connection switches over to C to NO, and this circuit gets completed. So basically, when we send the audio command to the Alexa will send a command to the ESP8266, which will in turn turn the GPIO pin 14 high, which will trigger the input, and the relay will click to connect this circuit and the light will switch on. And this is how we can add multiple inputs with multiple relays as well. So that is all about it over here. Let me quickly connect the circuit in my case. The VCC and ground are connected through this black and red wire, which is red wire and black wire. The ESP8266 module is connected to the ground using this black wire, which is this one, and the GPIO 14, which is the D5, is connected to our relay input 1 using this gray wire. So all the connections from this side are done. We will not be doing the connections for this in the video currently, but we will be hearing the relays clicking on and off in our demo. So to do that, let's quickly jump to our coding part and let's connect this ESP module to our laptop. We need to open the Arduino IDE and paste this code. The link for the code and all the libraries used will be in the description below. Talking about the libraries that are used, we will be using the famous Fox MOESP library. This is the library that we will be using to control our ESP8266 using Alexa. This library requires another library to function, which is ESP Async TCP. So the link for direct download of both the libraries will be in the description below. You just need to download those libraries, extract them, and put it in the libraries folder of your Arduino IDE, which you can find under the documents folder. Moving back to the code, we see that the Fox MOESP library is included. You need to change your SSID with your Wi-Fi name of your router and your Wi-Fi password in the code. You can add more number of devices by editing the code over here, and some code at the bottom as well. It's a pretty short code and easy to understand as well. All the game is played by the Fox MOESP library. So we need to name the devices over here. Currently I have that named as device 1 and device 2, which you can rename over here as well, but for simplicity I will keep it as it is. So once you have changed your SSID and password, go to tool, select the correct board, which is NodeMCU ESP12V module in my case currently, and select the correct COM port, which is COM9 for me currently, and just hit the upload button. So once the code is uploaded, you can bring in your Alexa device and ask her, Alexa, discover devices.
Starting discovery. This will take a few moments. Turn on your new devices now, and if needed, put them in pairing mode.
Our device already starts in the pairing mode and it will be visible to Alexa shortly. So the discovery device screen went off without any confirmation, which means that the device has been discovered and added to the smart home settings in the device. So let's try it out. Alexa, turn on device 2.
Okay.
And there we go. So device 2 that we currently were using was connected through this gray wire to the GPIO 14. We also had a device 1 which was connected to the GPIO 2, which is the LED on the onboard ESP8266. We can go ahead and check that as well. Alexa, turn on device 1. There we
Okay.
go. Alexa, turn off device 1.
Okay.
Alexa, turn off device 2.
Okay.
There we go. You can also head over to the Alexa app in your smartphone, configure these devices, look at their positioning, rename them, and make groups of them. While forming groups, you will be able to see the visual that we were seeing for the recording lights earlier as well. So folks, that is it. You can control as many devices as you want. You can have multiple ESPs sitting in different rooms of your entirely controlling your entire home using voice with the Alexa companion that you might have at home. Maybe it's your Fire TV stick, maybe it's those little speakers, Echo Dots, Echo Show that we have, or maybe even your smartphone, because Alexa can be installed on your phone with audio command and you can use as a smart feature as well. You can control anything that you want: lights, fans, appliances, TVs, air purifiers, anything that you would like to think about. The possibilities are endless. That was it from my side, guys. So that was it for the tutorial, guys. Let me know if you have any doubts in the comment section below, and if you have any ideas for further videos, drop them in the comments below. Hit a like while leaving the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't till now. Also hit the bell icon to stay notified. This is Akash signing off.